You know how they say everything happens for a reason? Well, I used to believe that. I'm Autumn 32, and I need to tell you how my husband completely destroyed our perfect family by hiding something that changed everything. I mean, you'd tell someone if your family had a history of something that could affect your kids, right? I met Peter in high school, junior year, homecoming week. He was the quiet, hard-working type, always helping his dad with construction jobs after school. I was the one who asked him out first, actually. Found out later he'd been too nervous to approach me because my family had money and his didn't. But I didn't care about any of that. He was different from the other guys. Genuine, you know. We got married right after college. I had everything planned out perfectly. The four-bedroom starter home in the good school district, my job in real estate marketing, and our timeline for starting a family. Peter was supportive of everything, working his way up in construction management. We waited until we were financially ready, did all the right things. When I found out we were having twins, it felt like winning the lottery twice. Mason and Emma were literally perfect from the moment they were born. Everyone said so, not just being nice, but actually perfect. They had these gorgeous blue eyes and the most beautiful thick hair, just like mine. I loved dressing them up for monthly milestone photos. My Instagram was basically a twin appreciation page. But can you blame me? They were those kids that made strangers stop us in Target just to comment on how adorable they were. I'll admit I was a bit particular about their appearance. But what mum isn't? I colour coordinated their outfits, always made sure their hair was styled just right for daycare. Some of the other moms would joke about how put together we always looked, but I could tell they were a little jealous. Peter would sometimes say I was overthinking things, like when I redid our family photos 3 times because Emma's bow was crooked, or when I spent 2 hours fixing Mason's hair for his preschool pictures. But he didn't understand. These are memories we'll have forever. Looking at those photos now makes my stomach turn. If I'd known what was coming, if Peter had just been honest about his family, God, I can't even look at our wedding photos anymore without feeling sick. How could he keep something like that from me? All those perfect moments were just building up to this nightmare, and he knew. He had to have known there was a chance. I had our whole lives mapped out, you know. The twins would grow up gorgeous and smart, maybe get into modelling. They had the looks for it. We'd do family photo shoots every fall, send out those perfect holiday cards. I even started a YouTube channel documenting our life, though I haven't posted since. Well, since everything changed. You're probably thinking I sound shallow right now. But until you've had your perfect life ripped away from you, you can't judge. I love my children more than anything. That's why this hurts so much. Peter robbed them of the future they deserved. He robbed me of the family I worked so hard to build. And the worst part? He acts like I'm overreacting, like I'm the one who did something wrong, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Let me tell you how we first noticed something was wrong. I first noticed it when I was doing Emma's hair for her dance class. She had this small bald patch near the back of her head. I thought maybe her hair tie had been too tight or something. I switched to those special silk scrunchies right away. They're not cheap, but I wasn't taking any chances. But then a week later, Mason's teacher pulled me aside at pickup and asked if he'd hurt his head because she noticed a bare spot when he was playing. I went into full research mode, ordered every vitamin and special shampoo I could find online, started giving them these organic smoothies with all these supplements mixed in. Peter said I was overreacting, that kids sometimes get weird patches and it grows back. Easy for him to say. He wasn't the one having to figure out how to style their hair to hide the spots that kept getting bigger. I stopped posting on social media, started cancelling playdates when the patches got more noticeable, made excuses about the twins being sick when my mum wanted to FaceTime. I just needed time to fix this before everyone started asking questions. The twins didn't understand why they couldn't go to their friend Tommy's birthday party at the pool. How could I explain that I couldn't let everyone see the patches? The breaking point came when I was washing Emma's hair and a clump just came out in my hands. She started crying because I gasped, and I had to act like everything was fine while my heart was literally shattering. Called the paediatrician's office right there, dripping wet hair and all. They got us in the next day, but our regular doctor took one look and referred us to a specialist. That's when I really started panicking. Mason was losing patches faster than Emma by then. I bought them these cute hats, matching ones, tried to make it fun. But they'd take them off when they got hot and I'd catch other parents staring. One mum at the park actually asked if they were going through chemo. I grabbed them and left right there crying the whole drive home. Peter said I was being too sensitive, that kids are resilient. He didn't get it. He wasn't the one dealing with the looks, the whispers, the questions. I must have taken them to 5 different doctors before we got the appointment with the specialist who finally had answers. God, I wish we'd never gone. Sometimes I think we were better off not knowing, because what that doctor told us, what she revealed about Peter's family, I'll never forgive him for keeping that from me. The specialist was this older lady with kind eyes, Dr. Matthews. She examined both twins carefully, asked about 1,000,000 questions about family history. That's when it happened. She asked specifically about alopecia in our families. I said no, obviously. But Peter got this look on his face. You know that look someone gets when they're about to confess something? Yeah, that look. Turns out his 2 cousins on his dad's side, cousins I'd never even heard him mention, both have complete alopecia. Their hair fell out when they were kids, just like our babies. Dr. Matthews started talking about genetic patterns and autoimmune responses, but honestly, I couldn't hear anything over the roaring in my ears. All I could focus on was Peter's face, how he looked guilty but also somehow confused, like he didn't understand why this was such a big deal. The doctor kept talking about how the twins could live completely normal lives, how there are support groups and resources. Normal lives? Normal, my perfect babies were going to lose all their beautiful hair forever. And she's talking about support groups. I wanted to scream, but I held it together in her office. Even nodded along when she gave us all these pamphlets about embracing differences and building confidence. Peter tried to hold my hand in the elevator. I yanked it away so fast I hit the wall. The twins were with my mum. Thank God, because I couldn't have held it together in front of them. The whole drive home he kept trying to explain. I barely knew those cousins, Autumn. I saw them maybe twice when I was a kid. Their dad and my dad had a falling out. Excuses. All I heard were excuses. You know what the worst part was? He actually said, "It's just hair, Autumn. They're healthy otherwise. We're lucky." Lucky? Lucky. I wanted to jump out of the moving car. Our children were going to lose all their hair, probably before kindergarten, and he's telling me we're lucky. That's when I knew. He never cared about giving them the perfect life I had planned. He probably never even thought about what this would do to them. To me, I made it all the way home before I completely lost it. The minute our front door closed, everything I'd been holding in just exploded. You knew this could happen. I screamed at him. All I said was let me have children with you anyway. I love my children, but Peter tried to stay calm at how different their lives would have been if I'd known about his family's condition. I didn't think it was relevant. He just snapped, and they were distant cousins. He was done watching me destroy our children's self-esteem because of my shallow obsession with appearance. I threw one of the doctor's pamphlets at him. The next day, his lawyer contacted mine. Not relevant. Joint custody. Not relevant. Can you believe it? Our children are going to be bald, He actually thinks I'm the problem here. Forever. How is that not relevant? To tell the lawyer I was creating a toxic environment. There's still and that the twins needed to spend time this in a more accepting atmosphere. But it changed everything. Accepting? Everything I'd planned. I accept them completely. Everything I'd dreamed of. I'm just not willing to pretend this isn't a tragedy like he does. How he'd stolen my choice, 3 days a week, how I would have thought twice about having kids with him. They'd come back if I'd known this was a possibility. He's taught them. Last week, Emma told me, "Mummy, Daddy says we're beautiful even without hair." He got really quiet. I had to leave the room so they wouldn't see me cry. Something I'll never forget. He's teaching them to settle, to accept even love being less than what they could have been. Or do you just love the image you had of them? That's giving up. I lost it. The worst part? How dare he Everyone's acting like I'm the bad guy here. I'm their mother. My own parents suggested I talk to someone about my grief process while he just sits there acting like it's no big deal. My children I told him his whole family was defective, forever different me into having children with his bad genes. My friends have stopped inviting us to play dates. If you told me about your cousin's disgusting condition, preschool teacher sent home a book about celebrating uniqueness. He just
Even
stood
my
there,
hairdresser tried to
staring
give
at
me
me
the
like he'd
number of
never
some
seen me
support
before.
group for parents of children
Then
with
he said something
alopecia.
about how his
Nobody
cousins both grew
understands.
up to be
I'm
successful,
not some shallow
happy
monster who
adults.
only cares about
As if
looks.
that was the
I'm a
point.
mother who
They're
had
bald,
dreams for her
Peter.
children, who
Our
planned
babies are going to
every
be bald.
detail of their
Do
lives,
you have
who
any
wanted
idea
them
what
to
that's
have
going to do
every
to them?
advantage.
To their social lives?
Peter took that
to
away
their
from them.
futures?
From
The
me.
only thing that's going to
And
hurt
now
them,
he's got them
he
believing
said
that
in
it's
this
okay,
scary, calm
that
voice,
they don't need to be
is having a
perfect
mother who
to be
cares
worthy.
more about their appearance than their
Last week I
happiness.
found their baby book
I
while
slapped
cleaning.
him. Those
I'm not
perfect
proud of it,
twins
but I
with their
did.
perfect curls.
He didn't even
all
react.
those dreams I had
Just
for
touched
them.
his cheek,
Gone.
and looked at me with
I
this
still love
mixture
them.
of pity and disgust.
God, I loved them so
that made
much
me
it
want to
hurts.
scream. But every time I look
You're
at them,
more worried about
I
their
see what
Instagram
Peter's
photos
lies than
stole
their
from us.
emotional well-being.
Everyone
he said.
keeps saying I need
Listen
to
to
accept
yourself,
this new
Autumn.
normal, but
Just
why
listen
should
to
I?
what you're saying.
Why should my children
But
have
he
to
was
settle
wrong.
for less than perfection?
He is wrong.
Just because their
I'm the
father
only
didn't
one
think his
thinking
family's
about their
secrets were
future.
relevant, about how hard
Peter
this
says
is going
the
to make
twins
their
are
lives.
thriving in their time
He's
with
the
him.
one who doesn't care
Says
enough.
they laugh more,
He's the
stress
one
less.
who ruined everything
Maybe
by
they
not
do.
telling me about his
Maybe
family's
it's easier
condition.
to be happy.
I told
when
him
you stop
exactly
fighting for
that.
better.
That he
When you
ruined
just
our
accept
perfect
being
family.
less
That
than
he
what you
destroyed
could have
all
been.
my dreams for our
But
children.
I can't do that.
After
I
that
won't do
fight,
that.
everything changed.
My babies deserve perfect
Peter started
lives,
staying late
and
at
I'll
work,
never forgive him for
claiming he
taking
had
that
projects
away from
to finish,
them.
right? More
From
like
me.
he couldn't handle me reminding him every day what his genetics did to our babies. The twins' hair kept falling out faster and faster. Every morning I find more on their pillows in the bathtub drain. Each clump felt like another punch to my gut. I couldn't stop bringing it up. Every time I saw them struggle with their appearance, every time another parent stared too long at their patchy heads, I'd text Peter. This is what your lies did to them. Maybe I was being harsh, but somebody had to hold him accountable. He just didn't get it. Then his family had the nerve to get involved. His dad called trying to explain how they didn't think it was important to mention the cousin's condition because they weren't close. His mom sent articles about successful bald people. Like that was supposed to make me feel better? I blocked their numbers. They were all part of the conspiracy of silence that ruined my children's lives. Peter suggested family therapy. Family therapy. Like some stranger could fix what his genes broke, I told him we wouldn't need therapy if he hadn't lied to me. That's when he snapped and said I was the one who needed help, that I was traumatizing our children with my obsession over their hair. Me? Traumatizing them? I'm the only one fighting for them. The final straw was when he brought home pictures of his bald cousins, both successful adults now, one's a lawyer or something. He tried to show them to the twins, saying, "See, you can do anything, hair or no hair." I lost it, ripped those pictures up right in front of him. Our children were supposed to be perfect, not some inspiration porn for overcoming genetic defects. The twins started getting quiet whenever I talked about treatments or solutions. Peter said I was making them self-conscious, that they were picking up on my negative energy. Please, I'm the only one trying to help them while he's just accepting this nightmare. He even started teaching them these stupid little confidence mantras. Your beauty comes from inside. Different is beautiful. No, beautiful is beautiful. And he stole that from them. I never expected what happened next. Peter packed a bag one night after overhearing me on the phone with my mom. All I said was the truth, that I love my children but can't help wondering how different their lives would have been if I'd known about his family's condition. He just snapped, said he was done watching me destroy our children's self-esteem because of my shallow obsession with appearance. The next day, his lawyer contacted mine, joint custody. Can you believe it? He actually thinks I'm the problem here. He had the nerve to tell the lawyer I was creating a toxic environment and that the twins needed to spend time in a more accepting atmosphere. Accepting? I accept them completely. I'm just not willing to pretend this isn't a tragedy like he does. Now he has them 3 days a week and it kills me. They come back with these ridiculous mantras he's taught them. Last week, Emma told me, "Mummy, Daddy says we're beautiful even without hair." I had to leave the room so they wouldn't see me cry. He's teaching them to settle, to accept being less than what they could have been. That's not love, that's giving up. The worst part? Everyone's acting like I'm the bad guy here. My own parents suggested I talk to someone about my grief process. Grief process? My children aren't dead, they're just different now, forever different because of him. My friends have stopped inviting us to play dates. The twins' preschool teacher sent home a book about celebrating uniqueness. Even my hairdresser tried to give me the number of some support group for parents of children with alopecia. Nobody understands. I'm not some shallow monster who only cares about looks. I'm a mother who had dreams for her children, who planned every detail of their lives, who wanted them to have every advantage. Peter took that away from them. From me. And now he's got them believing that it's okay, that they don't need to be perfect to be worthy. Last week I found their baby book while cleaning. Those perfect twins with their perfect curls, all those dreams I had for them. Gone. I still love them. God, I love them so much it hurts. But every time I look at them, I see what Peter's lies stole from us. Everyone keeps saying I need to accept this new normal, but why should I? Why should my children have to settle for less than perfection just because their father didn't think his family's secrets were relevant? Peter says the twins are thriving in their time with him. Says they laugh more, stress less. Maybe they do. Maybe it's easier to be happy when you stop fighting for better, when you just accept being less than what you could have been. But I can't do that. I won't do that. My babies deserve perfect lives, and I'll never forgive him for taking that away from them. From me.